You're scary, but I don't know what to do. You got your Wook, I got your Wook, Wook, it's you. Hey!
Welcome to the lot. We're back with the lot. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Well, I guess you could tell by the name tag. The scene of the trucks on the highway is our very own Chad on the road.
Roving reporter.
So against every common sense thought and practical road law, we decided to have him live stream from the road. I didn't realize he was going to be driving, but we'll just check in with him every once in a
Safely
while.
passing trucks at 80.
Get the plugs and admin out of the way real quick. Later tonight, the after show after Damn. Tomorrow, Wook Plus Live and Panels and Frames. So basically, just stay tuned into this channel for the next 24 hours. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be good. It was nice hearing the theme song again. I always forget that thing. We don't hear it all the time, and I miss it and the edit and everything. So nice.
Dude, it's where it all started. I love that
I know.
intro.
No.
Well done, Jason. I know he's watching. So we have the Grateful bracket going on, and typically I don't really like the brackets to monopolize these shows, except for bracket support. But this one is exciting. It feels it has a different energy than the fish bracket. There's a lot of heat already in the first round. It's a 128 song bracket, and there's already a lot of melts and heat. So I think we're going to talk about that a bit tonight. I mean, we'll talk about fish and everything else. But actually, I'm going to bring on our guest right off the top because we've had him on the show before a couple of times, I think. I know he has some takes on the bracket too. So everybody, welcome Mr. Tim Wheaton.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, Tim?
How you been, Tim?
I worked really hard to have the most boring background out of anyone. I got really excited when I saw the green screen thing and pulled in a photo, but you have to actually have a green screen drop. Not happening. So,
whoa, it's the one downside from using Zoom. So what we can do here on this stream, is bring in comments, interact. I have control over the group's backgrounds. There's a lot of flexibility, but you can't do automatic green screen, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry. It's the downfall of me doing this from my my 9-to-5 workplace. So what are you going to do?
I got to figure out my lighting.
But
I'll
that's
try to,
pointing us from work. Thanks.
I'll try to do the reverse mullet. The business is in the back and the party is in the front. Or something. I don't know.
Nice.
So, what have you made of these matchups so far?
Oh, gosh.
Has there been any that has stood out to you?
Yeah, a couple of them have been pretty tough. So, opening up the bracket right now, I just keep clicking on things and it keeps opening the wrong thing. Somebody else want to go while my phone just doesn't cooperate with me?
Put you on the spot. Yeah, I want to hear what Kev thinks of how it's gone. Because for those of you who don't know, Kev did largely the seeding of this bracket. I think there was a few minor tweaks and adjustments we made, but it's largely based on Kev's seeding. So I want to know what you think so far of the first round.
I think the Bobby is just, I think there's an incredible Garcia bias. I mean, a song like Bucket, or
is there such thing as a Garcia bias? I feel like that's like inherent and implicit. Like,
well, there were Bobby fans back in the day on tour. There were people who were all Bobby all the time, and then there were Garcia heads, and there were people who stand on Fish or Phil or Mickey or
yeah. So you think that bias is showing its head?
I do. I mean, like how can Throwing Stones lose to Brown Eyed Women? Throwing Stones is a monster song of theirs, and it was a whole new direction. It was getting away from the Wild West stuff into being political and, modern.
With a little bit of Wild West, though. Did you see Bobby in the music video? I mean, he's straight up Texas Ranger.
But
I
I
can
just
totally see how it lost to that, though. Come on, Kev. You're talking like there's even with a slight Garcia bias in there. I don't think it's that song doesn't hold up to the other. Like I don't know.
to
No.
brown-eyed women. Brown-eyed
Yeah.
women is thin. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
catch
it's still
twist
a,
to the lyric, but
it's still a more popular song than Throwing Stones ever
you
would
think
be. Of
so?
course it's gonna be
Really?
yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know.
Where you were at the
That's a
time.
close one. Yeah.
What do you
It
think?
had way
Tim? Do you
more-
agree with him?
Brown Eyed Women. So for me, that's one of my like mellow first set kind of favorite songs to hear. And it's, you know, you got some good melodies. It's from one of the classic albums. It's got way more legs behind it than Throwing Stones does. Yes, I don't disagree that Throwing Stones was a different direction and all that, but I don't know. I
agree.
I love Brown Eyed Women, so I had to go with that one. Sorry.
It seems like all the Europe 72, Ramble on Rose, Brown Eyed Women, Tennessee Jed, they're all going on. And they beat New Speedway, Casey Jones, and Throwing Stones. The three of them. I mean, that
Casey Jones, that was the one where I was like, what? I got a little surprised. I thought that one was going to go a little longer.
I love New Speedway. Like I didn't think it would win, but I love that song. That's one of those where you're like, seriously, like, come on, people. Like, if you listen to it and put it head to head, but again, it's just one of those where you're not gonna win. Popular vote's not gonna win that one. That's one of those things.
Where you at, Llama?
I'm here, man. Like,
But I mean, on the
No.
bracket, anything surprise you?
I pretty much just play it by if I can remember the chorus. That's the one that I vote for. So
I wonder if
voted
there's
for
a lot of
Brown-Eyed
people
Woman.
voting like that. Just
Yeah.
'cause,
Is it
like-
just the chorus or any lyrics at all?
Or like any lyrics at all, because like it's 128 songs. I don't know that many dead songs. Like some of them I don't know. Or if it's a cover, I'll automatically vote for the one that's not a cover.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that.
Yeah. So
There's a bunch of songs a little deeper in the catalog that I know, but I didn't realize. Like, I know them peripherally. You know what I mean? I guess because I recognize them. I knew the songs. I knew the lyrics, but I didn't know what they were called. So I didn't realize it when I was looking at the bottom of the list.
right.
Hey,
Loser
I
was one
don't
of
want to
them.
interrupt. I don't want to interrupt you guys, but are you seeing this fucking rainbow right now?
No.
That is not translating well.
The clouds.
Damn it! Damn it!
Sorry.
All right,
David
continue,
Travis.
please.
Oh, it looks like he's going into a fog cloud.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
there it is.
Wow.
Double rainbow.
This is like that time we had goats on this show.
Right, Chad, your brother's stressing out. Just so you know.
To
What's
address
that?
the comment in the chat, I voted loser because it wasn't a cover.
Cover.
Yeah,
Right.
whereas knocking was.
Watchtower was so powerful.
Or yeah.
I mean, out of space, it was.
Yeah, but again, I mean, there we go with the covers against. I mean, it doesn't matter that's a cover really to me, because a lot of their songs are, as we discussed anyway. But I don't know, Losers to me is such a better song because everybody does Watchtower anyway.
Everybody does watch.
Once
Yeah,
Garcia
that's
came
probably
out of
part
the
of it.
coma, when Garcia came out of the coma, when he did Loser, I always was when he sang, "I got no chance of losing this time." It had like that extra oomph to it because he had cheated death there.
Who would win a Watchtower bracket? Like if all the bands that played Watchtower were in a bracket?
Oh gosh.
I guess
Hendrix would. That's not
Hendrix,
even.
Yeah.
Dylan.
I don't know,
Dylan changed
man.
the way he played it because of
Dylan would
Hendrix.
get last in it. That's the funny thing. Like
Yeah.
even Dave Matthews would beat
I
Dylan
was
when
gonna
it came
say,
to
I think DMB would be up there actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you
I love
D&B would win it just because that's the world we live in and it's
And
horrible.
they're touring.
Exactly.
And
Probably,
they're
and Hendrix
touring
would get
this
knocked
summer,
out in like the
so.
second round.
Talk about a
Like
mellow.
a one-day bracket.
Yeah,
Watchtower
that's
20-band bracket.
that's not a bad idea. We could do
Power
that.
brackets, like
Power
a
bracket.
daily bracket.
God, is that where that's heading? It's just gonna be doing this every goddamn day.
Yep. Instant.
That's called oversaturation. I actually think I'm going to take a break after the Grateful bracket. There's been so many. It's gotten overwhelming. I need everybody just to breathe, let it chill, get exciting again.
Enjoy the summer.
Enjoy the summer.
When was the last time you did the Grateful bracket? It was years ago, right?
2017 or 18? Yeah, it was a while ago, 3-4 years ago.
And what got the boot because of it?
Well, so I'm not doing it the same way, annually. But the cool thing is, this is almost like the first time, because what we did on the original Grateful bracket was allowed song groupings based on like frequent segues.
Right.
So the final of the last bracket was Help Slipknot Franklin versus Scarlet Fire, and Scarlet Fire won. So that's 5 songs in the championship. It doesn't. I mean, I get why we made that decision, like why that we went that way at the time, but I'm really happy with the way we did this one and having this. I mean, it's a little weird because, like, I know your writer probably got an artificial bumping, right? Like, it's like ghost segues. Like, the segues aren't there, but it's still there in your mind.
It's like a phantom limb.
Right.
But I think you have to do it that way. Like, you have to break the songs up because they are individual songs that then got put together. I don't think you can, like, to do it song by song, I think is a better way to do it than trying to incorporate. Because, like you said, some of them, like Scarlet Fire's 2 songs, but then you have Help Slip Frank, and that's 3 songs. And then, so I don't know. It's harder, I think, to do it like that. I think it's easier just to separate them out. And
then there's also segues that are less frequent, and like, well, when do you draw the line?
Right, exactly.
Right, like they did it 50% of the time, or they did it 30% of the time, right?
Right. Yeah.
Or once they started doing Fire, there were like 6 Fires that didn't have a Scarlet attached to them.
Right. Right. The one like off that CD they released that I used to listen to.
Dead Set.
Yeah.
Out of space. That is so cool out of space. The Fire is perfect out of space.
Oh, it's perfect. It's so great out of it. It works beautifully. But you're still like, oh man, but kind of like Scarlet there. But it works.
Scarlet was great as a standalone too.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Scarlet was really good as a standalone.
Oh yeah, the 76 versions were.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it has.
Ironically, they were fire.
Ironically, it's like one of those things though. It's chocolate and peanut butter. They're great by themselves, and then you put them together, and it's like, wow, this is like perfect. They fit so well together. So
you stuck your chocolate
in my Scarlet.
Exactly.
That's great.
There's some crazy matchups coming up tonight. Actually, in like 5 minutes, I'm gonna post it live. But each day got more and more difficult, or at least seating wise, got tighter. So when these go out, I want to get maybe some of your live takes on it. But the easiest nights are behind us with this bracket. Like, these matchups are just gonna get really crazy.
The easiest days are going.
We're still in round 1.
Tonight's the last part of round 1.
Okay.
And then I'll have to stay up late and do the next, set up the next set, the next round.
Oh,
Does
anybody know what the dam is tonight?
It's apparently the best. It's one of the top 3 shows. Yeah, it's one of the top 3 shows of 3.0 apparently.
Is that
it 622?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and other stuff I've been reading on Twitter, people talking about just the set list. It's not your normal set list. They go all over the place. So I'll probably love it. But it isn't like a 5-song set where they do incredible jams. It's more like, how many songs can we pack in tonight and have fun?
It's a sardine set.
10/26. It's October 26th.
Yes.
Our viewers are more informed than the hosts.
They like New Hampshire. New Hampshire's had some good shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm not familiar with the show. I feel like I should be. It's weird how it kind of flew under the radar for me.
I peeked at the set list.
Tim, were you familiar with it?
I remember this show because I remember I really listened to a lot of 2010 stuff. I remember it being good. Helpful? Maybe not so much.
We'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. You think they're going to keep doing these shows? It's kind of getting into this weird gray area now.
I know. I was wondering that today too. It is like, I wonder.
When they stop, we know there's tour. If they can,
Yeah.
we know there's no
They
tour.
take it right up to it.
The sure sign.
Do you think that has anything to do with the late announcements? Because they were, as when they first started going on once a month, they would give you like a 2-week announcement, and then it felt like it was like a week announcement. And now what is it, like 3 days? They're like, "Hey, dinner and a movie." What's up, Llama?
I just want to throw it out there that I bet you they're going to put an announcement during set break.
Tonight?
Oh.
Yeah. It's like the prime time to put an announcement out.
Man.
Yeah.
We're never going. Mike's afraid to go past the Mississippi, so we will never be playing out west again.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think they're going to be like, we only feel safe in California, so all of our shows are going to be on the West Coast until the rest of the country
West
gets their
Coast
shit
bias.
together.
I'll take it.
Oh man.
Well, they had the Halloween rumors out there, and then I guess last year even there were some rumors that the New Year's was going to leave MSG after this last one.
I got an idea. Why don't we start a rumor right now and see how much it can grow legs and get out there?
You got one ready to go?
No, I don't. Well, give me a minute.
Can't come here with that kind of suggestion and not have
I'm not ready to
rumor.
pitch it. Come on.
All
What the
right,
hell, man? We're
here's
live
the
on
rumor.
national television. People want a rumor.
They're going to come back with Big Cypress. They're going to do Big Cypress again.
It's
That's
Florida.
it.
Florida
that'll
and
be their
California.
last dinner and a movie. Big
Yeah.
Cypress.
the Jam Band Illuminati would never allow a big Cypress revisit. Boomers, rumors.
Nice.
You guys know what we need to produce tonight.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's the new bit. Boomers, rumors.
Quick
Thank
turnaround
you.
for tomorrow's show. Boomers, rumors.
Somebody wrote that down, right? Like we're gonna have to talk about this
Mama.
after.
Yeah, you make a
got
note of
it.
that.
I got
So,
it.
can we do spoilers for the show, or because
Yeah,
I thought of one of you when I saw the set list.
I know, me too, and it's unique. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
it's. I hate being able not to talk about it. You know,
Yeah, talk about it.
Is it the
the-
double llama with a ghost?
It's the on the end of the second set is a llama reprise out of
Yeah.
Weaker.
and there's even a ghost in that second set
Yes.
too. So you get a
Wow.
ghost and a llama tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
It makes it a top 5 show automatically.
Right? I know.
instantaneously.
We're done.
Pour it out.
Rose.
I'm really nervous that I'm gonna miss the launch of these polls. I don't schedule them. I don't think you can. So
you
and I
get
try to be
get started.
precise to the second every day, but like I have to, in order to do that, like the 5 minutes leading up to it, I have to be really focused.
You realize this is a bracket
know.
for
I think
deadheads.
you
You're
do
not
it at
really
420,
known what's
right?
on.
Yeah, do a 420 Pacific every day, which is in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, you got 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
This is exciting. A live launch.
It is.
Well,
It's gonna
I got
be
a question for our guests while you're putting out the matchups for
Do it.
tonight.
I'm
I
here.
should have got a big red button to do it.
Nice. What is your final four, like personally, for the Grateful Dead bracket?
Like based, if I already did, this is the one time I haven't completely filled out the bracket ahead of time. I'm actually going round by round. That's why I've been a little bit excited. It's been a
exciting.
little bit different this time.
Yeah.
Because I usually get it, I print it out and I fill it out and I put it on my window at work and people like come in and look at the thing and they're like, what are you doing? You know, and I print it out and give it to like my brother and my friend. I give some to other
that's
people
cool.
to fill out. So this is the first time I've done, I don't even know what it's shaping up. I don't know what's coming tonight. So I'm really either failing you guys or I'm having some
it's
good
perfect.
reaction moments.
It's a good perspective too. Do you want to go then and look at this round I just posted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
do
man,
it.
I tell
Oh
you,
man.
We're
Okay,
gonna do
I've already seen
lightning
this.
rounds, and we'll go around the horn, but only Kev. Well, no, anyone can react. I was gonna try to limit to the amount of going into each one so it doesn't turn into a 5-hour thing. But fuck it, I don't got
Just-
anything else planned
Say the song and move on.
unless you have something really profound to add. All right. Anyway, too much.
I mean, who doesn't have
precursor.
something profound to add? Come on.
Come on. All right. First up is Miracle versus Standing on the Moon. We'll go
Are we?
T
Who's going
and then
first?
around.
Yeah.
We'll go
Oh, I
T
get
and then
to-
clockwise.
Oh, good. I get to start. Thank you. Okay. Was it Miracle and Standing on the Moon?
Yeah.
I'm going with Standing on the Moon.
Miracle.
I'm going with Standing on the Moon. Sorry, Bobby.
I'm going with Miracle.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Miracle too. I wish I said it before you though.
A split. Kind of.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which Tim is being hated in the chat right now.
Probably me. No, I think that's definitely.
I mean,
it.
I guess. But
Now do we have a debate? Do we need to debate
Talk
after
about
we
why?
set our picks? Yeah.
yeah.
defend ourselves. Well, I just personal experience was Standing on the Moon, so I have to vote for it. Like that's again, that's just personal bias, but my own experiences with that song make me vote for it.
I like Miracle because it's high T energy. It's like I'm fuck yeah rocking out,
Mm-hmm.
I almost picked Miracle just because, that's such a big statement for fans and for the lot. Ding! Do you have anybody have a bell? But Standing on the Moon, like what that meant to Jerry and what it meant, like when he was belting out those last notes, I'm literally getting goosebumps right now, and I'm not saying that like the kids say literally. I'm literally getting goosebumps. Just thinking about him shouting that out.
Bawled my eyes out live and like seeing him belt it out live, and like I still hear that bootleg and I cry every time I hear it because I remember being in the stands bawling, like just tears, like uncontrollable. So always.
Jerry standing up there and shouting that he wants to be with us. That's what more do you want?
I misspelled the song. Autocorrected on my phone.
It happens.
Blow turned to blown.
Blown Away sounds like a Steven Seagal movie.
I know. How many angry deadheads are going to comment tonight, you think?
Most commented on bracket.
There's probably like 7 already.
I like your marketing campaign there. Misspell a song so that way people get to talking about it.
Did you see the Marvel bracket? I misspelled Venom, Venmo. It's like,
oh yeah, I commented on that right away.
It was like the funniest shit. How many people caught it before I did? I even looked at it again. I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. And then when I saw the 40 comments, I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. All right, so let's see. Next is Lazy River versus Touch of Grey.
Ooh.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Touch of Grey.
Go reverse?
Yes.
Yeah,
next time we can go reverse.
Next time we'll go reverse. Kev?
Oh, Touch of Grey, definitely.
Touch of
Yeah,
Grey.
we agree on one. I can't believe it. It's so rare.
What say you, Llama?
Touch of Grey.
I think Touch of Grey as well. I don't know if it's as close as T made it feel like.
I enjoy Lazy River Road sometimes. Though.
I love it too, but Touch
know.
of Grey is a hell of a hot little tune.
Yeah,
And
that video, that Kreutzmann directed video, is a hot little video.
Does anybody have any real unique take on this, or are we all kind of unanimous? Want to move on?
No, I mean it was the popularity of it and whatever, but it's it's still a good song. It's one of the one that a lot of people I think got introduced to them with in the 90s. Sort of that last push of fans that sort of joined in at that time.
I was just being lectured on this about the gray heads or touch heads.
Touch heads, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know about that, but
I probably would have been a touch head because I saw my first show in '86 and they came out within the dark and I went '87 and then I was on. I was like, 3 shows Cap Center, no problem. Oh, I'll go up to Philly for 3,
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have the 11 versus Cosmic Charlie.
Ooh. Oh, there you go, Llama.
I'm gonna go with Cosmic Charlie.
I'm gonna go with Cosmic Charlie as well.
I went with the 11. That was the toughest one for me, though.
I'm going with the 11 too.
Wow,
I just think
50-50.
like it.
After the first 50 votes, the 11's up 72 to 23.
Ooh.
Yikes.
All right, now we're getting a little tougher, I think, at least based on how the voting's going. So Many Roads versus Foolish Heart.
I'm interested to hear Kev's on this one.
Yeah, let's start with Kev.
Let's start with Kev.
I will. I'm going to go with Foolish Heart, even though both of those are really high on my list.
I figured you would. Kind of a Brenty tune, and kind of that whole you're
89 sound when they, he was using the MIDI. Bill Last had the flute sound in it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Never give your love, my friend, to a foolish heart. That song gets stuck in your head. Like if you listen to that album version, you'll sing that song for like days. It just gets stuck.
My favorite line is the one about the Mona Lisa. Sign the Mona Lisa with the spray can. Call it art. It's just a beautiful,
it's such a Bobby type line too. Like,
it is a Bobby type line, exactly.
Totally.
So what you got, T?
Which thought he could get out of it.
I would probably go with Foolish Heart again, just because it's the same thing. It's one of those songs that I know it just feeling wise. Like I've heard it on the album so many. Like I listened to that album religiously when I was in high school. So yeah, I'd go with Foolish Heart.
What you got, Tim?
Same. I go with Foolish Heart. Love So Many Roads, and it's a great song, but I think the energy of Foolish Heart was just a little more compelling.
Yeah.
So Many Roads is 60% to 40%.
Ooh, wow.
It's early though. It's early in the voting.
Yeah.
What you got, Llama?
I got Foolish Heart as well.
Underdog.
I like it.
Mr. Fantasy versus West LA Fadeaway.
Oh, this is easy.
I think this is the easiest one in the round, probably.
Because the cover's going to get knocked out quick.
Yeah, I'd go West LA Fadeaway.
Yeah. I like Mr. Fantasy better. Brent doing Mr. Fantasy was just one of those. Yeah. It's so late in the show, it's out of space and you're just wasted and you're like, fuck yeah, Mr. Fantasy.
Man, seeing shows with Kev back in the day must
have been I was just
fun.
gonna say that. I wish we could see a Dead show with Kev. Like, this show's one thing, but going to a Dead show is such a whole
the energy
level.
would have been through the roof. Yeah,
totally.
I don't think I could keep up. I can't keep up with retired Kev. I would be able to keep up with Kev in his prime.
With dead Kev? I know.
With dead Kev? Be dead Wook.
Oh, man. What you guys got?
I don't remember which one we were on.
Fantasy and
oh, yeah, Fade Away.
I go Fade Away too. Too cool.
I'm going to round it out and go Fade Away as well.
The song's about Jim, what's his name? Too. Belushi dying. That song's about Belushi dying.
Chateau.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why Hunter wrote it. Because they were, I guess, he did cartwheels during U.S. Blues or something at a Dead show once. John Belushi came out. And
on stage?
Yes, one stage and did cartwheels across the stage while they were doing U.S. Blues for the encore.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
What year was that? 70?
80, 81.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. What year were they on Saturday Night Live? That was 80 when they did Alabama Getaway on Saturday Night Live, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So much crazy factoids floating around in there.
Right.
The next two are very lopsided. I won't tell you which way, but I think it should be fairly evident. Half Step versus Blow Away. Blown
away. It's getting blown away. It was it was a Freudian slip there.
He knew it was coming.
I like Blow Away. it's got the dumbest lyrics, though. I mean, you know, it's basically like he was writing an angry letter to his wife, and he set it to music. You know.
I like that. That's good.
Everybody's in agreement, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Half step.
Half
Yeah.
step.
Going down the road feeling bad versus Johnny Be Good, and this was the longest title in the bracket.
I'm sure.
I think it's the only one I had to abbreviate in the actual bracket. So that's like a song I heard the ocean sing in the fish bracket. I think is that's the long one.
Yeah.
It's also the one that always got that same abbreviation on every bootleg. Like you never wrote out that whole
Right. So you
damn
know the song
thing.
as the
Right
abbreviation.
as that.
Ice toe or get sort of.
Just for the record, I cannot stand Johnny Be Good. I don't want to hear anybody ever play that song. So that's where I
like
fall.
anybody ever, including
Ever. Fish, The Dead, even
the Radiator. The Radiators.
Marty McFly.
The Radiators
Marty
have never done.
McFly.
The Radiators have never done it. But I even saw Chuck Berry do it once, and I was like, "Come on, Chuck! You got so many other songs."
Now I know what I'm requesting my first Radiator show.
We're all gonna start a collection through Wook Plus.
Play
To get
Johnny
a,
Be Good.
we're gonna hire the Radiators to play a private show for Kev, but they're only allowed to play Johnny Be Good. It's gonna
Over
be
and
like
over.
a 2-hour Johnny Be Good
Yeah, a
jam.
26-minute
It's gonna be like
jam.
Torture Fest, but with Johnny Be Good.
God help me.
Love it.
I'll take any music. I'll take 26 minutes, Johnny Be Good at this point. I guess.
So Kev's real nightmare would be Clapton playing Johnny Be Good.
That would be the end of the-
On one hand, I can totally see where he's coming from, and like I didn't, fuck Johnny Be Good. But on the other hand, it's completely irrational the level of hatred he has for a relatively innocent song,
Like Americana song.
right? Like,
and I'm a huge Chuck Berry fan. I love other songs, so all his other side. I don't
I
know.
was gonna say you don't see the punk side of Johnny Be Good in it, like.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, I hear you. It's fine. I don't like. I don't like the Dead Bracket.
I would rather hear Bobby sing "Promised Land" if he's doing a Chuck.
See, I was
Berry.
just gonna say there's a group of songs like that I don't really like them doing anyway. And Promised Land is kind of one of those songs that I never on bootlegs. It was always fast forward right through it. Like I just
Right.
never got into that song. And Johnny Be Good sounds just like that, and it's like that same kind of thing. When that's on the encore, you're just like stop tape.
hey, my brother-in-law just messaged me because he's watching, and I guess he wanted to add a factoid. He said the Blues Brothers play with the Dead. We were talking about that with Blues.
Oh yeah, 78, right?
78 New Year's Eve. So I think
Maybe
I
that's when he cartwheeled.
that's probably when he did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like that kind of stat guy. Even with Fish, I don't know dates off the top of my head. I can remember that time he did this,
Right. Yeah.
but I wouldn't be able to tell you what year or what date it was.
No.
47. You could always tell somebody who was a little different when the liner notes, when you were trading for you tape traders, when you would get somebody who actually wrote out going down the road feeling bad, like on 2 or 3 lines, depending on the size of their writing. And then the other people who almost everything was an acronym. Like
Right.
Sugar Mag was like S.mag. And you're like, come on.
Brown Eyed Women was.
How many of these are you
women.
making?
Right. It was.
Yeah,
BE
yeah.
Women.
BE women, yeah.
I have so many tapes that just have a date and set 2 written on them. I never even bothered to write the songs out, and I look at that shit now, and I'm like, man, I wish I had written the songs out.
Yeah, but now it's a surprise. If you throw it on, you're like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
Grab that.
True.
Yeah, but with the advent of the internet, since then, it's a lot easier to look something up if you want to.
Right.
Oh yeah,
So-
I guess if you had the date and the set, you could find it pretty easily.
It used to be you'd have to get dead bass out, and you're like,
Yeah.
Do you feel like something was lost, like with the internet and everybody just being like, "Oh, I want to go listen to like March 22nd, 77," and boom, it's right there. Instead of like
everybody became an
No?
expert once you had the internet. It used to be you had to study. You went to the library and got the card catalog out and got books out. Electric Kool-Aid Tester. What's this book about? Let me go find it. Now you go online, you can find the PDF.
Those damn kids.
Damn
Kids.
internet.
I've
Sounds
never
like the
collected-
internet did a lot for Wookery in general, not giving a fuck. It's like really upped our game. Now
Yeah,
you can
man.
host a show, stream it to dozens of people
Nationally.
nationally. Does anybody know what happened to Chad, by the way? Nobody acknowledged the fact that he was driving and then his signal just cut out. Like, we just kept talking about the Chad.
He
I'm
went
sure he's
straight into
fine.
that rainbow.
Yeah, he got to the rainbow. I'm sure he's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I know. I wish he'd call back because that was so entertaining to watching him drive by the truck. Scary, but entertaining as hell.
Terrifying, man. I'm the worst passenger, and then especially like in this situation, we have zero control. It gives you like the EBGBs. There's one more matchup. We might as well do it for completionist's sake. This is the last matchup of the first round, and starting tomorrow will be in round 2. Saturday Night versus Lost Sailor.
I'm really interested in Kev's take here
Oh.
because you got both your bobbies.
All right.
Use your bobby.
I mean, I'd go with Lost Sailor. I think it's just a
I
beautiful
knew you were going
song.
to see that.
It's beautiful. And the Go to Heaven, when I was 11 years old, I checked Go to Heaven out of the library. So all those songs are like embedded in my DNA. Alabama Getaway, Althea, Sailor Saint, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the middle of the bracket. Everything that you're describing, all the songs you're listing is like that's right in the middle. They're not the top echelon, but they're not in the bottom fodder. Like it's the middle class of the Dead catalog.
It is. The working class. I don't know. Saturday Night is a great song. It is. But, I mean, it is what it is. There's not much to it beyond it's a rave up. It's a Chuck Berry tune written by Bob Weir.
Yes. Agreed.
Is it better than Johnny Be Good?
Yes. Because I love the president and the Victrola line. Break out your rocket shoes.
Yeah. Live artillery.
Kev, are you so disenfranchised by Johnny Be Good that that bleeds into Be Good Johnny by Men at Work for you as well? Do you have a hatred for that tune?
No, I'm probably ambivalent towards it.
Okay.
Men at
Wanted to
Work,
see how aggressive it got for you.
I had I was in the record club back in the day. Right. I was in the record club back in the day, and that was one of my free albums once, was the first Men at Work.
Awesome.
Some kind of attached to some of those, you know. What was the guy's name? Isn't he still like tour?
Yeah. Gosh, what is his name?
Colin somebody.
Colin
Are they the guys who
Hay.
did Safety
Hay.
Colin Hay, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Lama?
Are they the guys who did Safety Dance?
No, that's
Men Without Hats.
Yes.
We don't know if they're actually working or not. They just don't have hats.
They just don't have hats.
That'd be like
Can't work
two
without
of
a hard
us.
hat.
It's me
Are
and
there enough bands that have men in the title that we could have a men band
Do
bracket?
Bed bracket.
And you think it's like a more mature boy band bracket, but it's really just bands that have men in the name?
Men in their
Yeah.
name.
Can I give you a dark horse for that bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Baja
Oh.
Men.
The bomb men.
Oh, man.
What song did they do?
Who let the dogs out?
Oh, they were Who Let the Dogs Out, right?
Ooh.
That's such a mean song. That is not a very nice song.
Why'd you
most
let the
important
dogs
question.
out? That's really irresponsible. Minutemen, Boys to Men.
Minutemen.
Boys to
Oh,
men.
yeah.
There we
Boys
go.
to Men.
Boys to Men, man.
That's
I think there are enough.
potentially another good idea. We'll sit on that one.
The one
These
day
are your
power
one
bracket.
day brackets.
That's it.
Yeah,
the one day
daily
power
brackets.
bracket. Men
The
band.
Minutemen, yeah, the Minutemen were good.
Judo.
Menudo.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you.
Oh man, fam is on fire today.
Yes.
Oh man.
Owning the chat.
Fam, call in. You got the Wook line.
Yeah, fam, if I send you a link, you're gonna join. I'm gonna send it to him anyway.
Yeah, send it to us. See if he pops in. Maybe he's driving.
That's not an excuse, apparently. Maybe it is.
Commanding the chat and driving. That would be a talent.
Oh my.
Oh, man.
So wait, who else? Llama, who'd you take in the
Oh,
Saturday night?
I
versus
took
Lost Sailor?
Saturday night, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I take Lost Sailor as well, and I blame that maybe big time on just seeing too many Saturday night shows, and every single time just please play something else. I get it, it's Saturday night, it's not funny.
In 87 at JFK, they did Saturday night on a Friday. It was the only one I ever saw that wasn't on a Saturday night.
Well, that's great because then you knew Saturday night you weren't getting it. You're like,
But they didn't even play. It was one of those stadium shows with Dylan. So it was one night on Friday, and then
so that was Bob saying, "Hey, I'm not going to play tomorrow night. Let me do this tonight because everybody's going to be so bummed."
I'm making my statement song tonight. Damn it!
Yeah,
fuck you guys.
When it first came out, they did it every other night, But then I guess it became, hey, it's like Samson. You only ever got it on a Sunday because Bobby got it in his head. It was a sermon or whatever.
Is that true?
I could never get into Lost Sailor though. It's one of those cheesy Bobby songs that just drives me crazy.
It is cheesy.
Like it just and sometimes the way he sings it, and then when it goes into Satan, it's got that whole like it just reminds me of his jorts, like those short. I just picture that with Bob. I'm just like, that's Bobby. I'm sorry. Not that Saturday Night's a lot better, but it's just the memories and like the fun times with that song, and it's ridiculous too. But I'd rather hear that one than Lost Sailor personally.
When we meet up on lot, Travis, I'm wearing jorts and a polo.
A pink polo, tight.
Yes,
tight.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see my man nips.
Or you could go with a Madonna shirt and cut off jeans.
Those are what jorts are, man.
It's literally the exact same thing.
I mean, I have some great pictures of Bobby from Vegas, like standing right in front of me playing, like wearing his jorts with playing Little Red Rooster, just like doing this little.
That slide guitar,
classic Bobby. Yep.
But worse than the jorts were the OPs because they were a little snug.
They were a little snug.
But he was being a rock star.
He liked it. Man.
No stock here.
Good.
Oh man.
I was just gonna share that. I want to know.
It's a biscuit swinging a baseball bat for the Montgomery Biscuits.
What's on the hat?
That's a llama.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Llama
about the minor league teams today. I like it.
Yeah,
I was going to ask. How long ago did people showing baseball cards get squashed?
Oh,
I had to build an entirely new show, Tim.
The
the reason we have two shows on the channel is because I had to make Wook Plus live in order to get rid of that bit. What's up, fam?
Jamtopia.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Yes.
And real quick, actually.
I blew it. I was going to come in and be like, this is Josh A. What? I blew it. Yeah, no, I'm still on Jamtopia. I ended up back there. After a couple days off, man, I was feeling my holly again. I wanted more twiddle. I wanted more donk and bonk. I needed it. So I'm back.
The continuity between the episodes is so yummy.
That's right. Hi, Tim, by the way. Mr. Wheaton.
Howdy doody.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm
You're
glad
on fire today.
Good. I'm glad you are double labeled. I see your shirt says Tim, and you also have Tim there. It's very clear to me. This is a Tim.
Just in case anybody wants to say I hate you, Tim, in chat, then they know who they're saying it to. There you go.
I was going to say, Tim, you brought that up. You should have been able to bust out a card at that moment. That was your perfect setup to have one. See? Excellent.
I just put these away before the show, too.
How'd you find a card of Travis? Travis was a ball player. I didn't know he played for the Cubs. Look at that guy. He looks like
his
Travis.
name was Jay Baller, too. Jay
Baller. That's the baller
That's
stat.
Baller. Sam Malone. Holy shit.
Raphael.
Very rare card, the Sam Malone rookie card.
Nice.
Wow.
Love it.
I can't believe that just happened.
Thank you, Tim, for bringing that back.
It's my fault. Sorry, Tim.
Appreciate
If the guest asks,
That's right. That's the only way we can
Every
do it.
time
is
I
if the
try to
guest
get out,
brings
they
it
drag
up.
me back in.
And then somebody who didn't make a Marvel bracket, U.S. Agent. I don't know who that is or where I got this card, but he didn't
He
make
did
a
not
Marvel
make
bracket.
Marvel
Super
bracket.
appropriate.
Yeah.
No, that's another thing I had to make an entire new show for because people were getting all pissed off. But if you do like Marvel talk, tomorrow night at 9:30, we have a comic book show called Panels and Frames with Harley, Har Har.
The
What is it?
captain.
Is it Jar Jar Binks is the at?
Yeah.
Anyway, Harley, you know who she
Har
is.
Har
And
Binks.
then the three of us up top, me, Travis, and went. So
There you
9:30
go.
tomorrow.
That's Sammy.
There you go.
Sosa.
Very nice.
Is that Sammy Sosa?
Nice.
Well, of course. Yeah, I got old Sammy boy.
Didn't he have the home run record for like a week?
Yeah.
Like he held it, and then what was it? McGuire that year was the one going.
Yeah.
They were going head to head.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
also
And
had
then like 2 years later, they're like, the entire league's on drugs.
Right,
None of these matter anymore. These records don't mean shit.
Nothing matters. Fuck the 90s.
A couple more shots of steroids, and Sosa would have had it.
Mhm.
That was
Really
like
did-
Innocence survived for like a month after that before we found out all of. Well, maybe you guys knew. I was younger and more naive, but I was like, all my heroes are. It's all a lie.
Same here, man.
good thing all the musicians we love aren't on drugs. So that's good. we're fine on that.
Thank goodness.
Performance reducing drugs. Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
So, fam, did you have any like disagreements as you were watching our takes on the matchups, or was anything that stood out to you? I kind of want to hear what your take is on the whole thing since you just missed it.
For one, I'll tell you that I love Kev to death, but basically anything Kevin said, the opposite.
I know. It's
For the
crazy, like,
most part, and I love Kev, and I know where, like you said, Trav, I know where he's picking every time because I know him.
because it's
and
the
I-
opposite of what I'm picking every time. Like
There's
I'm
that
always
as
like,
well.
I love this song, and then Kev's like, "Oh man, that song sucks. I like this song." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" Like,
Fade Away, like Fade Away is a good example. Fade Away for me is like I that's a Bobby song that I adore. You know, like West LA Fade Away to me is like that's a maybe top 20, top 15 dead song for me. Like I adore that song. And so like, and I love Fantasy. Don't get me, because I love Brent. It does seem like there's some shade being thrown to Brent here with the Blown Away, the you know that, and then but Fantasy going up against Fade Away is a tough one because I love Brent, Belt, and Fantasy too. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, there's going to be no Brett tunes, no Vince tunes, and no Pig tunes when we get to the second round. It's all Jerry and Bobby.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could see maybe one or two of those getting like a pig tune getting through at some like, but I don't disagree with some of that though. I mean, like, I don't know.
Write
If it
better
wasn't-
songs. Be better.
Be better. Damn it.
Yeah, Pig really never had the chance though. Like, you can't hold that
True.
against him.
Yeah, that's true.
So how does the next round work? Is it going to be the top seed out of the region versus the bottom seed that survived, or
It's gonna work like a
Like a bracket,
together
man.
and, hey,
There's a binary ladder. Like
We're not doing a round robin. That was only in Marvel.
I confused everybody with that. Or the 20 people
Hey,
that saw it.
I'm not gonna
we
lie,
did-
I
we
saw
didn't
round
mention-
robin and I bounced.
we didn't mention the fact that Doctor Strange ended
That's
up
the wrong
winning
show,
the Marvel
buddy.
bracket. Yeah, but I'm just saying we need to send a shout out to Doctor Strange for winning the Marvel bracket because he almost lost to Howard the Duck.
I know. That's a comeback right there.
That was the whole thing. We'll talk more about it tomorrow night for sure because there's a lot to unpack there. But that was great. I'm so happy he won. I was very excited about that.
I'm
I'm
very
not gonna lie.
disappointed.
Yeah, I got Howard for sure on that. It's no.
Trying
Do
to-
you have play-ins on this bracket at all?
Drums in Space.
Yeah,
Was that the play-ins?
That was
I
the
think
only
I just-
play-in, yeah.
I just got an idea for our next game show though. When we do impersonations, I know what Kevin's got to be picked having to do an impersonation of for sure. Probably singing Johnny Be Good too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I do a really good estimated.
Kev,
Nice. Dude, that bracket is sweet. I love that middle
That is
section. It's
beautiful.
the
so
winner
cool.
of this matchup will play the winner of this matchup, and that will go here.
Okay, but in the overall thing, Jack Straw was a 3 seed and Birdsong was a 6 seed.
So yeah, the matchups themselves are seeded as well. So
Okay.
ultimately, when you get down here, it should be the 1 seed of the group versus the 2 seed of the group.
Okay.
Less any upsets, but there's already been a dozen upsets, so
Right.
it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Trav, I agree. This is my favorite one so far.
It's great.
And
And then
make
on the
that
outside,
centerpiece into a bumper sticker. Okay.
yeah, right.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Wook plus
Make it happen. Merch this out, Tim. You got to merch this out.
Tattoo.
Speaking of merch,
Tramp stamp.
To motivate myself to do it, I'm gonna make the commitment that tomorrow you'll be able to get prints and Grateful Bracket merch at wookplus.com/merch.
Merch.
And now that I've said that and it lives forever on the internet, I have to make it happen.
You don't have to. Like, we're not going to hold you to it, but yeah.
Oh, somebody will.
well, we'll always think in the back of our head that Tim dropped the ball on that one.
Pretty much.
So if you go there now, this is what's actually in the merch store. Dangled my stash.
Fanny pack.
Yeah.
That's for all you dads out there.
I thought that was a face mask.
Yanked on my tunic. Dangled my stash with the
Do
Wook
not
Plus.
expect to get laid if you wear that.
Yeah, that's okay.
What are you talking
And
about?
You can keep all your
T-shirts.
condoms. rubbers. Exactly.
Thanos was right, and then a bunch of other Wook Plus merch.
Hogan slogans.
Yes, the phone case rocks.
Yeah, I love
You
it.
got Boomers
mug is pretty
Rumors.
good.
You got a new mug right there. Boomers Rumors.
Boomers.
Dude,
rumors,
Boomers
fun.
Rumors. I'm glad Tim remembered that. That's definitely going to be a bit.
Yes, that's going to be funny.
Oh, we should get pasties.
Pasties.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to get pasties.
A
Fine.
W and a plus.
Spectacular Cans wants pasties, apparently, too. Whatever that means.
What?
All right,
What
you
else?
guys can
Sort of
talk.
where they go.
I don't
Give
know.
us pasties or give us death. Isn't that New Hampshire's state motto?
It's live for your
I-
die, but yeah. Close enough.
I don't think that's accurate.
Live high or die.
No,
Don't
that's
hey,
Vermont.
there's some real what I think is pretty cool that I am on here with. There's like real now there's like 2 real podcasters on here. We got like some serious real deal, Pod World I think it's called the Pod World, isn't it? Pod World celebrities here. So this is incredible.
Until 2 weeks ago, I thought that you podded pods. I didn't
Uh,
realize exactly how that
I think
worked.
that's a Tide Pod. That's a Tide Pod. That's different than a podcast. So Tim, you got the Daddy Pod still rocking and rolling, don't you?
Yep,
Daddy
Daddy Unscripted. And
Yeah.
I kind of opened it up. I created 2 different side paths because I figured like women have important stories to tell too. And not everybody's going to become a dad. Like just because you decided not to breed doesn't mean you don't have important stories to tell. So
Wonderful.
yeah, I've kind of had a run of a lot of female guests lately, some really cool ones, and some non-birthing men coming up soon too.
Non-birthing men. That's good. That's incredible. Well, again, I've always enjoyed it. And again,
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
2. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 myself, and I got way into the father thing when I split up with my wife, because it was basically like I had 2 kids all of a sudden, and I was like, all right, I need to figure this out quick.
you had those kids before, okay?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but his wife did most of the heavy lifting at that point. Like,
when you're married, there's someone else there. You don't have to
You're
every time there's shit in a diaper be the one who changes it. Sometimes it's like
Wow.
Can't imagine those fellas that do it on their own, or anyone, any single mothers, single
Yeah.
fathers. My gosh,
Anybody who does it.
kudos in every way. It's an impossible thing. I can't even imagine it.
that's why you teach the 5-year-old to change the 3-year-old's diaper.
That's sadly that can happen.
Could teach a 3-year-old how to
Sometimes
use the
it feels like my wife and I can barely do it as a pair. I can't imagine.
Exactly.
Like I can't even do it with support.
I tell you, it's systems. You make it so they know they're going to bed at a certain time. They're going to eat at a certain time. They have to do this. They have this time to play. And I think that that's the best way to, when they're young, when they start to get into activities.
I don't know. It's wild.
It just appeared
Got
one day.
divorced, all of a sudden, 2 kids. Don't know.
I got to figure this shit out.
Where have these two been all along?
Oh my God, where'd you guys come from?
Showed up to court for the divorce, and they gave me 2 kids. I don't know.
Pulled himself out of that K-hole, and there were 2 kids sitting there. Like, oh.
Mr. Hogan, I hope the slogan business is treating you well. These are yours.
It's your consolation prize.
You're just walking out of the courtroom. There's got to be a better way.
Oh, man.
Here's what I do know, though. I promise you, if you know Kev, dad of the year, man. Dude is absolutely so. In some ways, like we kid with Kevin, but all you guys know as well, like absolute inspiration
right now.
Well, that's why you're a good dad. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I always say if they're not pissed off at you, you're doing something wrong.
It's part of it.
Hey, Kev, what's your shirt?
It is Grateful Dead.
Oh,
my mom got it for me for Christmas. I do not know where, but my mom is very good at finding shit.
The only thing that would make it even more awesome is, and I'm going to say this, if it glows in the dark, because that thing would be sweet.
I'm gonna have to take up my Deadhead shirt that glows in the dark for a shirt.
That one's sweet. I love it. That's a cool shirt.
Yes, I was quite. Well, my mom was really bad at buying presents for a long time, and I was like, I really don't want another pair of khakis, Mom.
So she got you that? That's a pretty good turnaround there, Mom.
She called my buddy Tom up and was like, I need to get Kevin something nice for Christmas. And he's like, oh, check this
get him some khakis. And she's like, no, he said no khakis.
Really? I always got khakis.
You can always use khakis.
He loves khakis.
Oh, man.
If Tom just said, hey, just get him a Grateful Dead shirt, then he missed probably some opportunity there to really
get you something good.
I could have come up with some things for you for Christmas, definitely, Kev, that your mom could get you.
Yeah, I hate that she buys me stuff. I still have a check from Christmas for $100 that she gave me. She gave me the shirt and a check and said, buy yourself something. I'm like, I'm not cashing your check.
Is that like a low-key humble brag?
I don't think it was that low-key.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do that to her. I feel bad.
I can't get my mom and my mother-in-law to stop buying Evie stuff. And now it's out of control. Like,
Never.
I mean, I like the clothes because she goes through clothes so fast. So I like that she has new as she grows out of her pajamas. But the toys and stuffed animals, man, she just stopped buying.
Worst.
It's like a couple dozen stuffed animals she has now. It's insane.
And they collect dust. All they do is suck dust.
Yeah. I mean, it's sweet.
Do you buy clothes, Tim? Did you buy clothes for your kids? I honestly, I haven't bought clothes. It's all grandparents. Yeah. So
Evie's the first one on both sides, too. Out of all the siblings, the whole family. She's the only grandchild for both sets of grandparents. So that's why she's just getting Well, there were onesies that we didn't get to. We had enough onesies almost for the extent of her wearing onesies. Every day she had a different onesie. Which is
great, but see, you need to just get her into things that you like, though, like video games. So then when she gets gifts, they're giving her things that you can actually play.
She really wants the new Call of Duty.
Exactly. Evie really wants to play Call of Duty, Mom.
You imagine somebody's just tuning in. They're like, oh, sweet. I'm going to hear some guys talk about the Grateful Dead and give me their takes. And then it's
talking about onesies.
Onesies and teddy bear collections.
The important thing. So Tim, how many episodes? How long have you been doing this?
Oh gosh, I'm at 97. I'm close to 100, and I think I'm at 5 to 6 years now.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow,
so, been a while.
Is
it pioneer in the podcasting world? Because that's that's when it just started. I mean, in some ways, it's a relatively new medium, right? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it had been going for a while before that, but I kind of came around I think I started not too long after Serial was already out, and that was kind of the one that really pushed a lot of people into it. But I had one before Justin Long, before most of the celebrities that all have podcasts now. So
Podfather.
The Podfather. There
yeah.
you go.
I think
Daddy
that's actually somebody.
Daddy Unscripted came over to Osiris, like, I think within a month of me becoming a dad. So it was one of the first, like, it was for a while, was one of my main podcasts. I don't really listen to them admittedly anymore, like any podcast, since I don't commute. Like for the last year, it's really messed up my routine. And I always did on the commute. But it's an incredible podcast. Like, if you honestly, you're right. You don't need to be a parent to enjoy it, or a dad specifically. Like the stories and the legacy of it, like, and like the relationship they had with their fathers. At least that was the format when I was really into it. I love that format and got some really great stories out of it.
Yeah, it's been cool, like talking with, especially after opening it up, but even before then, talking with very different. Oh, Chad is back.
Nope, Chad's gone. He's just watching.
Not back. With the different people, you know, with a lot of the Osiris people as well, and just random people from people that you have heard of, and just regular guys as well. I think that's kind of been the big thing that pushed me into opening it up to other people, is telling people and letting them tell histories and be inspiring in whatever they do in their lives. And everybody's got a cool story to tell. So yeah, it's been fun.
For sure.
Awesome. Osiris are very good. They're so cool.
And Kev's got his new one.
Yes.
Kev,
Yeah,
I'm so stoked
badass.
about your podcast, by the way.
Hey, I appreciate but just let me say, those guys over there, I threw something at them. They said, let's talk about it. They walked me through it and said, let's try this. Let's do this. We went through several incarnations, and, you know, they just really were there every step of the way, it's kind of like being with Wook Plus, having the support behind you really helps you create your art, you know?
Came out good too. I mean, when the second episode dropped
This morning.
This morning.
It's good. The second episode's good. I listened to it today.
It holds up. It doesn't drop off after the first episode, like so many shows do.
Not yet. I'm waiting for the third episode.
Yeah.
So the third episode is called Bad Girls and Sick Boys. It's
well, there's the drop off. If you guys are wondering.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great.
Actually, I didn't realize, but this is a bit of a pod week then for us, because tomorrow we have Brian Brinkman on Wook Plus Live, and
Nice.
and we're going to talk to him about everything he's doing with Undermine, and I think he has a new one as well that came out not that long ago, like an atonal fish one. So, podcast, it's all Osiris week on Wook Plus Live.
I like it.
Right.
Oh,
So
man.
wait, does that mean Tim and Kev are coworkers?
Yes,
All right.
we are official co-workers now.
Nice. You guys are gonna have the holiday picnic there and over the 4th of July.
Who's batting cleanup on the softball team? I mean, right now it looks like Kev, just from the looks of things, looks
Yeah.
like Tim, you're probably leading off. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Kev looks like the
what kind of
skipper.
power you got, dude.
Is this more baseball talk?
I
It's
mentioned
softball.
earlier, I thought this looked like an average softball team, the crew here. Like, this is the team you're like, hey, we'll be competitive with this team that you roll up
Average softball players, but professional drinkers.
against.
Yes.
Well, exactly,
There you go.
which
See?
makes you a
So
professional
that's why,
softball player.
right.
I can't wait for the first Wook Plus softball team.
Oh,
We
what
should.
is it?
Does anyone organize that on any of the lots, like the big lots, like Dick's lots, or like at the festivals? You should have kickball
Spitballs.
or softball tournaments. You know what I
Humphreys
mean?
does that. Humphreys
Humphreys
has.
does?
Yeah, they have they used to have an annual kickball thing, and the band members would play as well. I don't know if they were picking the teams, but a lot of times Stasek was always playing. Joel was always playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blast. I would love to do that.
It
Still
does.
fun. Well, they have the golf. Trav, don't you play? Haven't you played golf at Dick's?
I haven't done it yet. I
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to do
yeah.
it this year. Yeah, we were talking about doing it next time it comes, like the next time we go, since we actually have now people that golf that I know. But yeah, it would be so fun to like do something like that. But like a softball game or something less, would be so kick back and easy to do. That'd be great.
That's a slosh ball.
Exactly.
Flash ball, exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Rock and Jock, deal back in the day. Remember the old MTV Rock and Jock? Where like we could just have some random Kev can just run out in the middle of the field, and just do some wild shit. And, we'll have like if you get a single, it's worth like 10 points or something,
Right. Yeah. There's not really any rules. Yeah.
No.
We'll play with frisbees and, make it easy and whatever.
Yeah.
There should be some Wook Olympics though on the lot. That would be fun. Like something like that to do them. Different venues with like different events that you could do throughout the tour or something would be fun.
I know a group of guys that produce shit like that. That
Get them on the phone.
Want to go on tour with Fish. This is not that far out of the realm of possibility.
It's kind of like the remember the Network of the Stars when they used to do that kind of those crazy shows of with all them competing. That's what we'll be like. Wook
Coming
Stars
this summer to Wook Plus.
Exactly.
Wook's doing shit on lot. No, not those Wooks doing shit on that lot. These are actual Wooks on an actual lot doing crazy shit.
Dude, they do have like live. Go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say it would be like the John Belushi, to bring it full circle, the John Belushi SNL commercial where he was what was it? Donuts were his breakfast of champions, and he's like smoking a cigarette and eating a donut, like stretching before a race or something. Yeah.
It's totally it, man. Wook Olympics on the lot.
Prepping.
I love that skit. That is one of my favorite skits of all time because that's honest. I mean, that was always my athletic training regimen there, pretty much. That was my protein, was the chocolate donuts. And yeah, so I really connected in some ways with that.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another announcement. I don't have a ton of information I can reveal, but it is official that we have a new limited series show coming to Wook Plus, hosted by the very incredible Benji Eisen, and it is going to be dead centric. And I think it's going to be 4 or 5 episodes with some really intense, awesome interviews with some great people, like big names, not just like, oh, I know Wook Bob off of Twitter, like people that knew the band, were surrounded, connected, and have something interesting to say. So it's a big project for us. We're really excited about it, and it'll be coming very soon. So stay tuned for more information.
Wow,
that's incredible, badass,
dude.
The working title is Grateful Racket because it seems really awesome while the Grateful Bracket is going on, but I have a feeling that'll age poorly.
I don't know.
There's no one that I've heard tell stories, dead related stories like him. So, I mean, it'll be an incredible, incredible thing. And you guys will make it even that much better. So, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I love Benji. I'm really excited to be working with him.
When you meet Benji, it's like you get it, right? Like, oh, I get why these dead guys and Trey, all these guys like hang out with Benji and want to like party. I mean, he's just a really cool, dude. Yeah. So
what do you all think about the Billy and the Kids with Billy Strings? Did you all see that announcement?
That is interesting.
Yeah,
Double Billy's
for his birthday, out in Hawaii.
Oh, they announced it?
Yeah, they announced.
Oh, thank God! I've known about
3 days.
this. I've known about this for a while, but I don't think I was supposed to know.
Did you see the video when he puts Billy's sitting on the beach like Travis, and he puts a joint in the bottle? Billy just oh, that's literally what we ripped off from Fish.
Fair.
All in the family. All in the family.
Ripped off from Osiris, not Fish.
I'm ripping off. Pay tribute to it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was a tribute.
It was an homage.
That's right.
That's
Are we off the rails? Chad's watching. Chad, are we completely off the rails? Do we got to
He's
wrap
in
up?
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
He's
How
from Rock
exciting.
Springs.
Rock Springs, Wyoming. You know who sings about Rock Springs, Wyoming? OAR, the Wiggles of Jam Band.
Oh, are they?
That's some deep OAR knowledge, Llama.
Yes.
Like, what the?
That is.
I mean, I know
It was the right age when
know.
they came around, man. I was like 18 when they were like kicking off. So
Are they Are they considered a jam band? I've never heard them. I've heard of them. I've never heard them.
they're the
What?
Wiggles of Jam Band. Like, I don't
The
know.
Wiggle. I love the Wiggles.
The
They
Wiggles.
were fun.
The Wiggles. Wow.
You're
I
gonna
think
get
he's complimenting them, maybe. Or is that a compliment?
To the Wiggles or to
I would
OAR?
compliment. I mean, the Wiggles totally served a purpose, and they were really good at what they did.
yeah.
Even though it was
Which
for
was
4-year-olds.
occupying your kid long enough to where you could like catch your insanity for a second.
Right, go find your tin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much they occupied fraternity brothers long enough that the rest of the campus can get a break from them.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Still talking about the Wiggles, right?
Yes.
Just making
Oh, they
sure.
are.
They had fun songs. I mean, I wouldn't call them really a jam band, not as we know jam bands, but
No,
they
I
had
think
some
jam-
decent radio songs. Like Crazy Game of Poker, I remember was like a really popular song.
Yeah.
Are they like My Morning Jacket? Are they the same place?
No,
as they are?
no. My Morning Jacket is like way up here, and OAR is like down here, man.
It's
Like,
where My
OAR's
Morning Jacket
entry level.
kind of started, but they've gone way bigger since then.
And-
So
and
My
when
Morning
you go
Jacket is
back
like
once-
the Barney of it, and OAR is like the Wiggles, is what you're saying.
What the
No,
hell?
I'm saying My Morning Jacket's like the Dora the Explorer of it. Like it's solid. It's pretty good.
Dora.
Or like a SpongeBob, where like you can grow up with it.
I'm a map.
Oh,
I'm a map.
SpongeBob's big though. Okay, all right.
So if you take one step back from those bands, do you end up at Dave Matthews? Is he like the spawn? Did he spawn all these bands?
Yeah, kind of.
Because I'd say Carter what's the guy's name?
Buford.
Buford, yeah.
Carter Buford.
I'd say he knocks him into like a different level because he's so talented.
Well, that's a really good take, actually.
That is a
I
good
wasn't
take.
expecting such great Dave Matthews takes.
That was a good take, Llama.
Have it all.
Yeah, and so I would agree. To me, that's Dave is, and he's a little better songwriter, and they're better musicians overall. Now OAR is a little more of a poppier jam band, you know, in some ways, if you're going to call them a jam band at all. So the only way you would call them a jam band is they had some songs that were like 8-9 minutes, you know, 10
It sounds
minutes.
like OAR is more of like the Blippy of jam bands.
Blippy.
Blippy vibes.
And
Yeah.
then maybe My Morning Jacket's the Wiggles because there's that 30, like the longer longevity and that's more legit. And then Dave is like, I don't know, Sesame Street or something.
Mr. Rogers.
Ooh.
I have a follow up.
Oh,
I have a follow up. Who's the Blues Clues of jam bands?
Billy Strings.
Billy Strings.
I don't know Blues Clues that well.
Yeah, it kind of just killed the conversation. Sorry, guys.
A better
I mean,
question
I think
is, who's the electric company of jam bands?
P-Funk. That's Parliament.
Well, I was thinking Blues Clues. There's Steve, right? And actually, the dude from Blues Clues left Blues Clues and was in a band, if I'm not mistaken. And like actually. So Blues Clues is underrated. Steve is now. When Steve left, then it was like thumbs down. But
Oh, that's
Steve,
Goose. Then is Blues Clues.
I think there it is.
Steve looks like freaking
Yes.
the guys like Ben.
He's got
Maybe
Ben
Ben.
vibes. He's got Ben
Ben looked
vibes,
exactly
little
like Steve from Blues Clues.
No, the keyboardist.
He looks more like Blippy.
Yeah, as bad as Blippy.
No offense.
Yeah, I don't know who we're gonna offend, Blippy fans or
I don't know.
Goose
Yeah,
fans.
that might have been Wiggles. I would say the one time I saw OAR was because of Dave. They were one of the many bands that were on their Caravan tour. when they played like 5 different sites across the U.S. and OAR and also Guster or however you want to say that, Guster.
Mhm.
And a lot of those guys were in that caravan circle. So that would show if Dave is your center and all these offshoots, I would say that OAR would fit well into that.
So is it like OAR is to Dave what like Mo is to Fish? Like how Mo kind of in like the 90s and doing like the pre-games and after shows and they kind of grew out into their own band based off of the fan base of Fish is kind of what OAR is doing with Dave Matthews, maybe.
It's the same model. It's the same model. It's like we're gonna make songs that could make the radio, but are also gonna make some frat boys shake their booties a little bit too. On some nights.
Kind of cross that line.
It's the same model. And again, I like Dave and I like OAR. I've seen OAR too, and I enjoy it. But it's a different. It's hard to call them a jam band in some ways. Yeah.
Do you remember Imagination Movers? Anybody know that show? Because that was Mel. It was
very roughly,
and they looked like Mel. They really looked
like Great Space Coaster and
solid.
And,
come on board, step inside. We'll ring on the magic ride. We're going on the other side. We're only rainbow side. Wasn't that it?
I believe so.
On the Great Space Coaster. Hop on board on the Great
Space Coaster. Gary Gnu and the Gnu-Gnus was on.
No Gnu's is good Gnu's.
No Gnu's is good Gnu's.
Everyone under 40 has immediately gone off of this.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about?
Totally dating ourselves.
Yeah, but I will say, the first time I ever saw Dave Matthews was at this show that my picture from the lot is from, and they opened for the Dead in Vegas. And Carter Beauford, to your point, Llama, sat in Mickey's chair during drums. He came out, and Mickey let him sit in his chair, and he played drums with Billy, and Mickey standing behind him playing. It was fucking sweet. I have a couple photos of it actually that I took with my 35 mil.
How much better was that drums without Mickey?
What's that?
How much better was that drums without Mickey?
Exactly.
Carter took it to a whole nother level.
Exactly. Big upgrade.
Is that 94, Travis?
94, 95. I can't remember which one. It was like 93, 94, 95. I went all 3 years. I think Dave was the last year, so it might have been 95, 94, 95. Yeah. I think it was Sting and Traffic were the first two I saw. Sting 1 year, Traffic 1 year, and then Dave the next
Sting
year.
was 92, I think.
Yeah, Sting was 92.
Yeah.
And then Traffic was 94.
4, I think. Or 3. I can't remember. I went like 4 years in a row or whatever.
91 was Santana.
Yeah, I think. Or 92 was Santana. I can't remember. But yeah, it was that whole lineup. Those were great shows. I mean, the first year I went, they did it May, and then it moved to June, and then they moved it back to May because it was way too fucking hot.
So hot, yeah.
130.
It was ridiculous. They had those misters inside the stadium that like did absolutely nothing. But that was also one of my first tortilla marshmallow fights I was involved in.
Oh yeah,
the funnest fucking thing in the world until the marshmallows all melted. But it was so much fun.
They didn't actually melt, by the way.
Right. That was me melting.
Yeah.
I melted all over the
marshmallows.
marshmallows.
Great shows though. That was a good time. But that was my first exposure to Dave. Was at that, and that was fun. They were good. Really good.
I've seen Dave's a bunch of times and had a blast. It's a lot of fun. Again, some of it is just what you make it. If you go into it, it's good music. Now again, is it something I'm gonna is Tim gonna be having the Dave Matthews bracket anytime soon? Seems unlikely. And I don't think that.
No, but Carter Beauford did really well in the drummer bracket. I think he was in the final 4. So
as he should.
That's awesome. As he should. Yeah, exactly.
That dude is like that. That guy comes from like Victor Wooten camp of like that whole crew was like. I've heard Victor Wooten talk about how they basically have like this camp again, somewhat where all these musicians come in, and Carter Beauford was one of them. He's like, he's one of the top drummers in the world.
I forget who I heard describe it this way, but more than any other like famous drummer, Carter plays the rest. He plays the space in his rhythms and the grooves. So like, it's not with Dave's music and with the way he plays the drums. It's not like the notes or the groove. It's the spaces and the absence of notes that really make him special, I think.
Sounds like shit a musician would say.
Or a drummer, right?
A drummer.
Yeah.
Drummer would say.
All right, man. Well, yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Big Kev shit.
Kev's like get me all uncomfortable here.
I totally
nice.
get. I get what you're saying with that. I mean, I wouldn't have put it in those terms because I don't play drums, but I get that. Sometimes
When
When
it's-
when you don't
Joe
play,
Russo too. Russo plays a lot that way, and I remember the first times I saw him was when he was playing with Robert Walters' 20th Congress, and we saw him at the Mint in LA. No, maybe not the Mint, but tiny little place, and we were close, and I barely watched anything but Joe the whole time, like watching him play with his elbow at times, and dude is just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
the duo was so fun when it was
Yes.
Tim and Marco.
Bring back Grab. I'd love to see Grab again. Like, people hated on Grab, but Grab was great, man. I really enjoyed Grab when I saw him. But again, I mean, it's a totally different thing. It's not Fish. It's not, it's honestly not Duo. It's a totally different vibe. But man, they killed it. High five.
Yeah, agreed.
It was that dark period for me with Trey, though. It could have been so much more. I guess it's what I always think about stuff like that.
It's fair. It's fair. You're a love and light guy. I know you're a love and light guy.
I am. I want to be on a soul planet. And
I know that. I know that about you. Camtopia. I've seen you just left here not long ago. I remember you were here for you were here for 6 months.
Look at those sideburns. You guys been around.
I had to come home to feed my dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were only gone. You were only gone from Earth for a day, so he's probably okay.
That's right.
No
Yes,
animals were
yeah.
hurt making this show.
He's preparing to be an understudy for the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie they have coming out. So he just has to
He
keep
does
it
look
until
like
they're
that
done
guy.
doing reshoots.
Hired.
I was the first guy killed by Johnny Depp. Didn't you see? I was right. Look, there I was.
It was the beginning.
That
It was the opening
character from that
credits.
movie. He does look like him. It's great.
There's a famous actor that does all these period pieces that looks exactly like Kev. I can picture him in a Revolutionary War uniform, just
Get my triangle hat.
Yeah, or George C. Scott as Ebenezer Scrooge, and that one too. He looked
That's a classic. Yeah.
Any Dickens novel you could probably play
How
right now.
how far off tracks can we get this show in the last 2 minutes?
Victorian literature.
We need a set list for this show.
We cover it all. We cover
Yeah.
it
My
all.
into Wiggles into OAR, back into Wiggles,
Into Kev's sideburns.
into the sideburns.
So Kev's sideburns are to the Wiggles what Llama's beard is to. There's a line there.
Somewhere. Yes.
The Mickey
Yeah,
Mouse
it's
Clubhouse.
Common Core. It's Common Core.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yes, the
There you
Mickey
go.
Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah.
Llama's beard is the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse of beards.
Oh, great.
And the one
His
that
beard.
Only gets the little fairy animals that are living inside of it.
But it's not just his beard. Look at that hair growing on Llama back there. It's hitting your shoulders now, Llama. Isn't that your?
Yeah,
that's your hair?
it is a little long.
Yeah, it is.
That's great.
I mean, even Tim took care, I think, his hair a couple weeks ago.
a little
Finally.
bit, yeah.
I'm what they call a trooper. I'm letting it go.
I like it.
They're mandating now with people getting, well, not mandating, but they're highly suggesting now with the vaccine and everything, there are a lot more people can go back to the office. So my long stint of being in a basement is pretty much almost over. That's why I had to chop off the Wook locks.
You should have.
I mean, I
seen
still have
him
long
squinting.
hair, but
He was squinting when he came up. What is that thing in the sky?
basement looks good though, doesn't it? It's all
Oh,
done.
man.
Amazing. Those before and afters are incredible.
It does
Yeah, it's
look good.
crazy. I've never done it. It's a really rewarding process, honestly.
And you did when I did my mom's basement, I got 90% of the way. Never did the trim. And 3 months later, the basement flooded. So I never had to finish the job because they hired somebody to come in and redo it.
What's the moral of that story? Good enough. Gets it done.
Procrastination, yeah.
The check
Good enough
already
is
cleared.
the
Sorry,
motto
Bob.
of Wook Plus. Wook Plus, good enough.
Good enough.
All right,
right, guys.
we got big stuff tomorrow and a big show tonight. So
Yeah, dinner and a movie right afterwards. Come back here for the after show. I hope. I haven't talked to Missy today, but so that's the plan is the after show here afterwards. Then tomorrow we got Brian Brinkman on Wook Plus Live. And then we have Panels and Frames. We'll look at the conclusion of both the Marvel bracket and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you haven't seen Cap and the Winter Soldier, you should probably not tune in tomorrow. Watch it and then tune in.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, do we want to do
Tim,
a
I'm
chorus
glad-
of hot? Do we want to do a chorus of hot dog before we go? Hot dog, hot dog. Sorry.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
It's a brand new day. What you waiting for? I know that one. I know that jam. It's. I mean, it's tier 2 jam. I mean, I like it. I mean, it gets spacey, but it doesn't really get you there. You know.
But it gets them moving, man. They don't move.
does. I mean,
to any other song. Actually, they move like that to every song. It's the exact same movement.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
It's the one more Saturday night of kids songs.
Crushing.
Whoa.
Saturday
see
night
you.
is
Tim
the.
Wheaton, by the way. Tim, good to see you, buddy. By the way,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
guys.
Tim, I'm glad there was no pet emergencies while we had you. I'm glad you were able
Yeah.
to hang the whole time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's great having you on.
We're doing God's
And
work.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you.
guys.
We'll see
Thank
you
you guys
inside.
soon.
Take care.
Bye.